I ain't gonna lie, like my whole dream change. I ain't gonna lie, like back in the day.
Oh my. Oh dang!
Chicago rapper Lil Durk has finally spoken out from jail following his arrest in connection to an alleged murder-for-hire incident. This marks the first time Durk has addressed the situation publicly since being detained, making his statement in Hypno Caro's new track, Free Smirk. While Durk's message was brief, it sent ripples through his fan base and the rap community, raising questions about his ongoing case. Shortly after his call was made public, reports emerged that an OTF associate Jam was found hiding in a home outside Atlanta. OTF members reportedly confronted Jam after suspecting he had cooperated with authorities, implicating Durk in the investigation. Sources indicate that Jam was allegedly punished for betraying the loyalty of OTF by wearing a wire during an Instagram live where he was observed suspiciously holding his jacket and whispering into it. A leaked photo of the scene outside the house suggests that OTF members took swift action once the alleged betrayal was discovered. This recent development adds another layer of complexity to the unfolding case and highlights the internal tension within OTF as Durk's legal battle continues. Fans are left wondering what's next for the rapper amidst these intensifying allegations. In the fast-paced world of Chicago's drill rap scene, loyalty and survival often come hand in hand, with rappers like Lil Durk at the center of it all. Recently, the tension surrounding Durk's circle has reached a boiling point, with accusations, betrayals, and legal issues unraveling within the Only the Family OTF collective. The controversy was sparked by the revelation that a close and once trusted associate known as Jam allegedly turned informant against Durk. This development has sent shockwaves through both Durk's loyal fanbase and the rap community, casting a new shadow on the challenges of trust and survival in an environment where betrayal can have lasting consequences. Durk's recent arrest and charges have left fans and supporters dismayed. Known for his fierce loyalty to OTF, Durk has supported members of his inner circle through thick and thin. Jam, for instance, served over a decade in prison without implicating anyone in OTF, a move that initially cemented his reputation as one of Durk's most steadfast allies. After serving his time, Jam was welcomed back with open arms by Durk, who provided him with $50,000, bought him a house, and even helped him get a car. Despite these gestures, Jam reportedly chose to cooperate with authorities after being arrested for firearm possession, a serious charge that could have seen him return to prison for an extended sentence. Faced with the possibility of another decade behind bars, Jam allegedly agreed to inform on Durk, revealing sensitive information that eventually led to Durk's recent legal troubles. Durk and his crew reportedly remained unaware of Jam's betrayal until it was too late. By the time Durk's camp caught wind of the alleged informant in their midst, Jam had already been cooperating with law enforcement for over a year. This prolonged deception has deeply shaken OTF and put a spotlight on the risks and complexities of life within close-knit groups like Durk's. Even DJ Academics, a prominent voice in hip-hop media, spoke about. Amid this turmoil, fans are left with mixed emotions. Many remain loyal, rallying behind the Free Durk mantra, while others view the situation as a cautionary tale about the risks of unwavering trust within groups tied to street life. The deeper issues this case has brought to light, betrayal, loyalty, and the pull of the streets, resonate beyond the specifics of Durk's case, shedding light on the complex dynamics that many artists in the drill scene navigate daily. The OTF collective and their supporters are struggling to process the magnitude of Jam's actions. For Durk, who has built his career on his loyalty to family and friends, Jam's betrayal cuts particularly deep. It underscores a harsh reality in the music industry, particularly in the drill rap scene, where close ties often blur the lines between family, business, and survival. In the wake of this revelation, some fans have expressed disappointment in Jam's choices, while others empathize with the difficult position he was put in, faced with returning to prison after recently gaining his freedom. Not all voices in the community are sympathetic toward Durk. Charleston White, a controversial public figure known for his critiques of drill music, saw Durk's arrest as a symbolic victory. According to White, Durk's detainment signifies the decline of drill rap's glorification of violence. In White's words, "Down goes the drill," expressing his belief that Durk's legal troubles could mark a turning point for a genre that many, like White, view as harmful to communities. For White, this arrest isn't just about one rapper, it represents a cultural shift away from the violence and gang affiliations often portrayed in drill music. The story has raised broader questions about the culture of silence and loyalty in rap, especially for artists who rose from difficult circumstances. The financial, emotional, and sometimes dangerous support that artists like Durk offer to friends and family is significant, yet it places these rappers in precarious positions when loyalty is not reciprocated. As Durk's situation unfolds, it's clear that the stakes are high, not just for his freedom, but also for the legacy and future of the drill movement that he has championed. With Jam's decision to cooperate as an informant, The drill community confronts the uncomfortable truth that the allure of freedom and survival can sometimes overpower even the strongest bonds. For Durk, the journey ahead is uncertain, but his fans and the broader hip-hop community will continue to watch closely as the legal proceedings progress. This is more than just a legal battle, it's a test of loyalty, resilience, and the struggle to overcome the shadows of one's past. The stakes for Durk and OTF are immense, as this chapter will likely shape both his future and the course of drill rap itself in a world where fame and loyalty can come at an extraordinary price. Lil Durk's story reminds us that the music industry's glitz and glamour often hide a harsh reality. As Durk faces his challenges head-on, only time will tell whether he and the drill movement can rise above the adversity. To protect himself and his family, Durk has gone so far as to limit access to his private life. He revealed in the same interview that he rarely allows anyone, not even close friends, to visit his home. "Nobody's ever allowed in my house," he said, emphasizing that he doesn't even make exceptions for lifelong friends. He added that his children's safety is his priority and he maintains strict boundaries around his personal space. "I'm not the guy who's having a fin night at my house tonight. We got everybody being watched." As ongoing investigations and public allegations continue to bring chaos to his inner circle and reputation, the Chicago rapper, known for his ties to the Only the Family OTF collective, has been under federal investigation for several years. Despite his public efforts to appear calm and composed, recent statements and revelations suggest that Durk was, perhaps, aware of the impending storm heading his way. Through his music and interviews, Durk has dropped hints of suspicion and wariness towards those around him, underscoring the unique pressure of navigating fame while staying loyal to a group with deep roots in Chicago's gritty streets. One of the first hints that trouble was brewing came after the O Block 5 or 6 convictions, which involved individuals close to Durk who were sentenced for serious crimes. Many of Durk's fans and even industry insiders assumed he had finally managed to clear his name and put his legal troubles behind him. But this perception quickly changed after reports surfaced indicating that federal authorities were not only still interested in Durk but were actively building a case against him. According to insiders, this was not merely speculation but based on credible sources from investigative bodies. Even Durk himself seemed to acknowledge the pressure he was under. In an interview, he openly discussed how he can spot a snitch or a potential informant simply by talking to them. Durk boasted that he only needs a few seconds of conversation to discern if someone will cooperate with law enforcement, a skill that reflects his wariness and the calculated way he navigates his interactions. In the interview, Durk mentioned, "I can see stuff from a mile away. I can talk to someone for 5 seconds and know if they're going to cooperate." This cautious approach speaks volumes about his mindset and how careful he has to be around those who might compromise his safety and freedom. Durk explained, highlighting his vigilance and the layers of security he has implemented. Despite Durk's caution, the feds eventually moved in after 2 years of investigating him and his associates. Within a span of 24 hours, Durk, along with 5 other suspects, was arrested in connection with an alleged murder-for-hire plot. The rapid and coordinated nature of the arrests indicated that the authorities had amassed substantial evidence before making their move. Once detained, further details began to emerge about the investigation, including the alleged involvement of other OTF members and the use of credit cards linked to OTF to finance flights and rental cars for the operation. The level of detail in the evidence painted a disturbing picture of a well-organized operation, though Durk and his legal team have yet to publicly respond to these allegations. Interestingly, the rapper Brick Baby, who has affiliations with Durk, inadvertently added fuel to the fire. In a recent interview, Brick Baby addressed claims that Durk never slid for King Von, referring to Durk's failure to retaliate following the inadvertently drawing federal attention to him. This tangled web of loyalty and tension within Durk's circle has left fans questioning just how deep. In the midst of this legal battle, Durk faces the dual challenge of preserving his freedom and maintaining his reputation as a respected artist in the drill scene. Whether or not he emerges unscathed from these charges, the impact on his career and on drill rap as a whole is undeniable. As Durk's story unfolds, the stakes are high, with the outcome likely to shape not just his personal future but also the trajectory of drill music and the cultural legacy he has worked so hard to build. On one hand, Durk's rise in the industry is a testament to his resilience and talent, but on the other, his entanglements with people from the streets have left him exposed to dangers that many other celebrities would never encounter. While his music often reflects a life of loyalty and respect for the streets, the real-life consequences of these ties are becoming increasingly visible. Adding to the public scrutiny, Charleston White, a commentator notorious for his criticism of drill music, viewed Durk's arrest as a symbolic win against the genre's glorification of violence. White expressed a sentiment that many of drill rap's critics share, declaring Durk's arrest a victory and claiming it marks the downfall of drill music's influence. "Down goes the drill," White said, implying that the arrest signified an end to the era of unchecked violence and criminal glorification in hip-hop. For White, this arrest represents a cultural turning point, one that he believes will push the genre away from its darker themes. In the meantime, fans are left wondering what this means for the future of Lil Durk and his music. Despite the charges, Durk's fanbase remains fiercely loyal, rallying behind him with hashtags like Free Durk and expressing their hope for his eventual release. This loyalty highlights the complex dynamic between fans and artists in the drill scene, where audiences often view artists as both entertainers and symbols of resilience in the face of struggle. One of the main pieces of evidence the prosecution is banking on is a text message where Durk supposedly asks for his name not to be associated with certain flights. Cohen acknowledged that while this message doesn't look good, it isn't enough to condemn Durk. It's circumstantial, Cohen noted. We need more than just a text to make a case. He further explained that additional evidence like testimony from a snitch or recordings could make all the difference. Without that, the case remains uncertain, and Durk's legal team is poised to challenge any weak evidence presented against him. As it stands, Durk remains behind bars, his future uncertain. The road ahead is long, filled with complex legal battles and questions that still need answers. The case is still in its early stages, and despite the challenges, Durk's supporters and legal team are not backing down. Whether or not he can turn this situation around remains to be seen, but the fight is far from over. For now, his future both in the music industry and personally hangs in the balance. His story is still being written, and it's one that the world will continue to watch closely. The whole situation around Lil Durk's case is pretty wild right now, with so many twists and turns. Legal experts are weighing in from all sides, and it's clear this case is far from cut and dry. Bradford Cohen, Kodak Black's attorney, has said, "I'm hesitant to say they have a slam dunk case on Durk Banks." As Durk's legal team fights on, high-profile lawyers like Bradford Cohen are voicing their thoughts. Cohen, known for his work with rapper Kodak Black, believes that Durk's situation might not be as grim as some think. He expressed doubts that the prosecution has enough evidence to secure a conviction, particularly given the limited evidence available. "I'm hesitant to say they have a slam dunk case on Durk," Cohen remarked. There's still a long way to go in proving the conspiracy against him. Prove beyond a reasonable doubt that he was actually involved in the crime. A lot of this case could come down to whether someone decides to cooperate or not. Cohen also made an interesting point about how the U.S. Attorney's Office works. He said if they really want someone bad enough, they'll make attractive deals to get them to flip. Basically, make a deal. That person gets a lighter sentence in exchange for their cooperation. If that person doesn't bite, they move on to the next. It's all about trying to get someone to talk. But this case gets even more complicated with the evidence that's already come out. Authorities have been all over Durk's communications, even tapping into his cloud records. They found a message where Durk allegedly told an associate not to book any flights under his name. But despite the warning, the associate went ahead and did it anyway using a credit card linked to Durk. That's not looking too good for him. On top of that, investigators found that 3 of the people involved in the plot were connected to King Von, which raises questions about Durk's involvement too, especially since those suspects were seen hanging out with Von before he was killed. The question of who's truly responsible for the actions surrounding Lil Durk's case is a topic that's keeping everyone on edge. Speculation about the involvement of different people is running rampant. One insider boldly admitted, 9 times out of 10, if I had been asked, I probably would have cooperated. This statement reflects the mystery and tension that surrounds the situation. Another person hinted at deeper connections, saying, "Can I leak a bar? Sure, if you made the call, I'd be in the loop," subtly suggesting that with the right request, things could have escalated quickly. Fast forward to the courtroom drama. OTF rapper Lil Durk's first hearing. The weight of the charges, ranging from conspiracy to a hit, is heavy, and his chances of getting a bond, bail, or even house arrest slim to none. For now, Durk is behind bars, but his legal team is working tirelessly to find a way for him to be released. Despite the severity of his situation, sources inside the jail reveal a more composed side of Durk. He's reportedly. Looking back, it's clear that the shooting involving Quando Rondo's crew in Los Angeles wasn't just a random incident. It's all tied to the ongoing tensions following King Von's death 2 years ago. Quando's response to Von's passing only added fuel to the fire. He dropped a diss track, taunting Von's death and mocking his crew, which definitely didn't help cool things down. "Man ran up on me, then we sprayed him. We do the dash." In that Durango, Quando rapped, which many saw as a challenge to Von's crew. This seemingly set Durk off. Sources say he started planning retaliation, aiming to hit someone in Quando's crew. Months before the shooting, Durk even rapped about getting revenge, saying, "They like Durk, he a singer, he won't do something you can believe whatever you want. I got your folks hit." This could have been a hint at what was coming eventually. A shooting in Los Angeles left Lil Pab, a member of Quando's entourage, dead. Some say it was a mistake and Pab wasn't the intended target, but others think Durk wanted Quando to feel the same pain he felt after Von's death. Quando didn't back down either. He responded with another diss track, mocking King Von's death and even going after Von's sister. "My favorite op gone, his sister talks too much. No, I don't like her," he rapped. And as if that wasn't enough, Durk reportedly mocked Quando's reaction to losing his friend. He even referenced a news clip where a child was seen crying in distress, rapping, "Look on the news and see your son screaming." No, that definitely escalated things even further. The case is still unfolding, with new updates coming from the courtroom and investigations. As more evidence comes out, it's hard to say where this will all end up. Durk's fate is still uncertain. Will he be able to shake off the charges, or will the evidence catch up with him? One thing's for sure, his legal battle isn't over, and things are about to get even more intense.